Suplementação de qualidade é na Max Titânio Suplementos. Utilize o cupom SM e tenha aquele desconto especial. Link na descrição.
Is Chris beatable?
Yes. Yes, this is his best, and yes, Chris is beatable.
Se você quer assistir esse podcast completo, o link está na descrição.
Very inexperienced. Had the body, but I just not experienced on stage. I mean, one pro show, you know, and he ended up getting 5th, and then went to the Arnold, got 2nd, then he went to the Olympia, got 2nd, went to the Arnold, won, went to the Olympia, got 2nd, of course went to the Arnold this year, got 2nd, and now here he is again, but as long as there's no nerves or no anxiety and no worries, because if someone's put in the work, they put in the work. You know, after that, let the chips fall. You know, it's...
Is this his best?
Yeah.
Is Chris beatable?
Yes. Yes, this is his best, and yes, Chris is beatable. You know, yes to both. All you Brazilian fans. So, you know, I'm happy with the way he looks. He's happy with the way he looks. I'm excited to see how it pans out on stage, you know, and it's a competition.
What do you think about the Wesley Vissers hype?
I think he's really good. I gotta see him on stage again. You know, I never saw him on stage. I wasn't there for the Arnold.
You didn't stay.
No. It was a 6-week prep for. I think Wesley from what I saw, looked tremendous. But what I will say about Ramon is he prepped for 6 weeks. That's on him. You know, I let people do their own stuff. You know, and I
remember you calling me being like, dude, he hasn't even called me yet.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah. He was committed to the show. And so I let people do their own thing, because you got to learn your own lessons. And, you know, and my mother passed away, so I had to leave like on Wednesday, lost by a point. You know,
if you were there, he would have won, right?
One more point. I mean, I was like...
You left in hands that...
Well, just, I mean, I know, you know... One thing I don't do is panic, even when someone should panic. You know, there's a solution to something.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think he was, like, too flat and prejudging. You know, when I watched the video, and he probably knew it, you know, because he didn't have any presence, you know, like, he should be there, like, I'm the winner. This is, you know, I'm going for number 2. Jay Cutler's going for number 2 for the Arnold.
Yeah.
And he didn't have that, so he might have known that. I don't know if it was that or because I wasn't there, because I've been there for like every show. So, but I think, you know, they're big shows, but I think I distance myself really well. Like, I'm helping people, but I distance myself, not emotionally caught into the show. Which I think...
Which is experience.
It's experience, and it's a really good position to be in, because you can make judgments rather than react. So, you know, and you know me, today's what, Thursday? The show's miles away. Miles away. I mean, if Sean Roden can go from, like, great to terrible to great in 3 hours, it can happen in there's like 400 hours or whatever it is to the show.
Talk a little bit about what's Andrew Jack's real name. Do you know what Andrew Jack's real name is?
Well, I only know it because I didn't even know more or less. I went to check in somewhere.
Yeah.
I went somewhere and I'm like, hi, text is like, Andrew Jack. They're like, he's not here. I'm like, Andrew Jack. So I look it up and I say Andrew Jack. It's jacked.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Andrew Jack, Jacked, and like he's here, and I like text him. I'm like, you know what's?
I need the room name.
Yeah, I need the room name, and he told me, and I just like Googled what's Andrew Jack's real name, and I said, do you have a name? They said, oh yeah, we have it on that. That's his name.
Chinedu Obieki.
I like Andrew Jack. Easier for me to say.
Do you know that? Do you know that's his name? How do you know how to say it, or how do you say it again?
Chinedu Obieki.
Chinedu.
Has he ever said, "Oh, I call you and say, hey, this is Chinedu"?
No, I just text him anyway. I don't really.
Yeah.
Talk about Andrew a little bit. Because obviously there's a...
You see, so Mr. Olympia walks in the room. Who's that person?
Andrew Jack.
I've said this a long time. When he walks in a room, he looks like Jay did, Ronnie
He
did.
walked in this store, he barely fit through the doors.
Yeah.
And he's got the shape.
Yeah. He's impressive, you know? And he's... Andrew is impressive, and I saw.
Is he the most genetically gifted tall guy you've ever seen?
Yeah, I think so. And he's got the mind. I told people from day one. I told you this.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell you this because you have it. He has the mindset, and only people with the mindset, people who win the Olympia, have the mindset.
What I said about Phil Heath too when I met him.
He has the mindset. You know, and you have to have that mindset, because I've been with people who could be Mr. Olympia who don't have the mindset. I could list them, and you know who they are off camera, and I could tell you that. It is, you know, it is what it is. Some people have it, and you know, he has the mindset. It's hard to explain to be able to win Mr. Olympia. Obviously, Derek has the mindset, and he has the mindset. And I'm not saying other people don't have the mindset, because they
Nick
do.
Walker, yeah.
You know, yeah, exactly. Like him, I was thinking of Nick too. And there's other people who have mindsets, but you know, he's got the body and the mindset.
And I tell him in that time, because I ask him,